How many snubs are Prince William and Prince Harry capable of? Well, a lot actually. But having kids in the mix changes family dynamics, even when you're royalty. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle welcomed their first baby, Archie, the world naturally celebrated along with them. But their family didn't seem as eager to jump on the congratulatory bandwagon. Prince William and Princess Catherine waited a whole week before they met Archie, playing into the narrative that things between the royal couples were at an all-time low. Royal correspondent Victoria Murphy tweeted, "The visit took place after Harry returned from a day of engagements in Oxford. Reports said that the delayed meeting was due to conflicting schedules. William and Catherine were busy with the King's Cup Regatta, which was followed by a trip to North Wales. Harry went to the Netherlands and returned shortly before his brother and sister-in-law met his son." A representative for the palace told People at the time, "Harry and Meghan spent the weekend enjoying their first weekend as parents, celebrating Mother's Day, and had visits from a few friends." It smoothed things over for a while, but tensions between the brothers were bubbling to the surface. Within the royal family, when a new baby is born, it's traditionally understood that a fellow relative will serve as godfather or godmother. Prince Andrew is Prince Harry's godfather, and King Constantine II, who was the last king of Greece and Prince Philip's nephew, was Prince William's godfather. But when it was time for Harry and Meghan to choose a godfather for Prince Archie, William wasn't on the list. Harry instead looked outside of the family when it came time to pick godparents. In a statement on behalf of the couple released by Buckingham Palace, it became clear that no brotherly love would be extended. The statement read, "The godparents, in keeping with their wishes, will remain private." 6 months later, the Sunday Times confirmed the identities of Archie's godparents. They are Tiggy Pettifer, who was Harry's nanny as a child, and Mark Dyer, Harry's longtime friend. This choice wasn't random, as Harry is the godfather to Dyer's son and Pettifer's son. But royal watchers were quick to point out that Harry didn't choose William, and it gave more ammunition to the already burning fire between the brothers. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle still resided in the United Kingdom, it appeared that they did everything they could to play the part of the happy royal couple. They spearheaded causes, went on official royal tours on behalf of the monarchy, smiled, waved, did walkabouts. And yet, there was underlying tension between Harry and Prince William that was difficult to ignore, and it certainly bled into William's relationships with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. William and Princess Catherine didn't even make an effort to join Harry, Meghan, and Queen Elizabeth when the late monarch met baby Lily for the first time. The couple was on a trip to Wales instead. The timing of the interactions left some questions unanswered. The Queen met Lily during her Platinum Jubilee celebrations, which marked her 70 years on the throne. Given the important milestone, Harry and Meghan were back in the UK to join the royal family amid the celebrations. And William's trip to Wales was in fact part of the Jubilee schedule. Despite the reports coming out of the palace that Harry and William were having weekly video calls, it seemed to be an overlooked opportunity to get the brothers and their children all together.
But also the relationship that you've got, you're amazingly close.
Yeah.
And yes, you know.
Most of the time.
Yet another milestone for Princess Lilibet was missed by her uncle Prince William when she joined her parents in England to celebrate Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee. The timing of the milestone celebration overlapped with Lily's first birthday, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle hosted a birthday party to mark her first full trip around the sun. Harry and Meghan invited members of the royal family to attend their little girl's big day, including William, Princess Catherine, Prince Edward, and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, but none attended. They were all in different parts of the UK to continue commemorating the Queen's Jubilee. A source told Entertainment Tonight at the time that there was no ill will, despite the poor optics. The source revealed, "It's simply a coincidence they fell on the same day. There was no intended slight." But royal watchers were quick to point out that in a joint appearance, Harry and Meghan were seated by Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice at a Platinum Jubilee event, far away from William and Catherine. Amid Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's exit from royal life to their new lives in California, the two started speaking more candidly about their experiences within the firm, and their sit-down interview with Oprah Winfrey opened the floodgates. The couple shared previously unknown aspects of their experiences at the hands of the royal family and the relentless British press. One of the most notable interactions they shared had to do with Prince Archie, whose skin tone was a point of concern for an unnamed member of the royal family. When Winfrey asked why the firm refused to give a title and security to Archie, Meghan gave a candid answer.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
Researcher Aisha Phoenix told The Guardian that the royal family has to address the situation for what it is, colorism, and the veiled racism that has permeated the royal family and British aristocracy for centuries. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield told TMZ that the morals and values of King Charles III, Camilla, and William will further be questioned the longer they sweep the comments under the rug. Schofield said, "It has made a lot of people question William and Charles. That is still a really hurtful experience for the Sussexes." When royal expert Kinsey Schofield told TMZ that the comments about Prince Archie's skin tone needed to be discussed between Prince Harry and the rest of the royal family, she may have not envisioned an all-out argument. But according to author Christopher Anderson's book, Brothers and Wives, Inside the Private Lives of William, Kate, Harry, and Meghan, that's exactly what happened. In the immediate aftermath of the Oprah interview, the royals released an uncharacteristically frank statement about the matter. But things behind closed doors were said to be far less cordial. According to Anderson's book, it was King Charles that made the comment about Archie's skin tone. According to Insider, after Harry confronted his father, both Charles and William retorted that he was being overly sensitive about the matter. William claimed that the comment on his father's behalf lacked tact, but was not a sign of racism within the family. The interaction made it clear that William and Charles were on one side of the issue, and Harry was on the other. Although Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis have met Prince Archie, they have yet to meet their youngest cousin, Lilibet. Not only did they miss out on Lily's first birthday party, while the Sussexes attended Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee celebration, but a source told Page Six that William was paranoid about spending time with his brother and his kids due to the ongoing tension between them. The source claimed, "William is still wary of spending any time alone with Harry, as you never quite know what may be reported back afterwards." But the stress didn't stop King Charles from meeting his granddaughter while the Sussexes were in the United Kingdom. A royal source told the BBC that their meeting was an incredibly emotional experience. The source added that Charles was absolutely thrilled to meet Lily for the first time, and it seemed as though Harry and his father were making strides in their relationship, but he and William were not. Ahead of Princess Lilibet's arrival, Meghan Markle became incredibly candid about her experiences as a mother. She revealed her prior miscarriage in a column for the New York Times. Meghan wrote, "I knew as I clutched my firstborn child that I was losing my second. Hours later, I lay in a hospital bed, holding my husband's hand. I felt the clamminess of his palm and kissed his knuckles, wet from both our tears. Staring at the cold white walls, my eyes glazed over. I tried to imagine how we'd heal." But members of the royal family didn't publicly acknowledge Meghan's column and the tragedy she shared with the world. Daily Mirror royal editor Russell Myers shared that the palace declined to comment on the story. He pointed out that the royal family had turned their back on Meghan completely, saying, "They should have backed her to the hilt on this. They should have made public statements on this, saying this is a really brave and honest thing to do." But when the Sussexes welcomed Lily to the world, Prince William and Princess Catherine posted on Instagram in honor of her birth. They wrote, "We are all delighted by the happy news of the arrival of baby Lily. Congratulations to Harry, Meghan, and Archie." The christening of a royal baby is a big deal. It's an opportunity for the royal family to gather and celebrate the newest member of the pack. Princess Lilibet, who was born in the United States, wasn't granted the same christening experience as her brother, Prince Archie, thanks to her uncle, Prince William. NBC's royal correspondent, Neil Sean, detailed that Lily would not have her christening take place at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle due to William's intervention, certainly against Meghan Markle's wishes. Sean explained that Meghan wanted Lilibet christened in the same place where she married Harry, and where Archie was also christened. He said, according to a very good source, Prince William was the one who basically said, no, we don't think this is going to work. It wasn't a particularly good idea. Sean explained that William has been the one who hasn't budged when it comes to smoothing things over with Harry, and that other members of the royal family might be more inclined to hear him out.
There has always been this competition between us, weirdly.
Given that Prince William halted the plans for Princess Lilibet to be christened at St. George's Chapel, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made plans to have her christening held in California. An inside source told People at the time that her christening was held at the Episcopal Diocese of Los Angeles. Her godfather, Tyler Perry, who famously helped Meghan and Harry when they left England, was in attendance along with 20 to 30 guests. Lily's grandmother, Doria Ragland, attended, and so did Lilibet's godmother, who has yet to be publicly announced. The source shared that Prince William, Princess Catherine, King Charles, and Camilla, Queen Consort, were all invited to the ceremony but declined to attend. The Sussex's spokesperson confirmed that Princess Lilibet Diana was christened on Friday, March 3rd, but didn't comment about the snub extended by the rest of the royal family. Prince William's relationship with Prince Harry and his children seems to be non-existent at the moment. Maybe the brothers will resolve their issues in the near future. But when it comes to the longer future, William could have an unexpected say in both Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet's lives. Passed in 2013, the Succession to the Crown Act details that the royal family members who make up the first 6 in line to the throne have to both request and receive permission to marry someone, meaning William had to seek permission from Queen Elizabeth to marry Princess Catherine, and Harry was allowed to marry Meghan Markle. If William, who is the direct heir to the throne, is the reigning monarch when Archie and Lilibet are at a point where they would want to get married themselves, they will likely have to ask their uncle for his consent. As it is structured in the line of succession, Archie is currently 6th in line to the throne, and Lily comes right behind him at 7th. But when William takes the crown, their positions in the line will shift up 1, and they'll have to ask William for his consent to marry the person they want.